Long Lance here is Shane coming to you with a very quick update on Russell Gosselin's D group build. So I am still working on this. I know I've been a bit quiet on this group build for a while, but no, I'm still working away. I began work on the Airfix 172 scale Typhoon 1B. That's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? And I didn't stutter either, so hey, I'm getting better. So where I am now, I've assembled the cockpit, which actually is a full cockpit. I don't know how detailed is the real aircraft, but it's pretty full, so that's very good, especially when we think of Airfix in the past when it just gives a blank space. So I painted that German uniform green, which I use my substitute for RAF interior green. And you're not going to be able to see anyway, so it hardly matters. I gave it a bit of a wash too. Again, you're not going to be able to see it, but I did anyway. I also put in the air intake or the air filter, painted gunmetal. I don't know what colour to paint this, so I just painted it like a gunmetal oily steel. Give it a wash, a dark wash of shadow brown, and the same with the cowling. So that's all washed. Same on this side, you can see a bit better now. So very nice fit actually. I'm just going to put the two fuselage halves together off camera here. So it fits quite well. Nice looking airplane. I was kind of messing around with pre-shading there to see if I could put it off with my airbrush, which I just about can. It's not that neat, but I don't care. But so yeah, it's very nice. It's going to need a little bit of filler around the bottom of the cowling, but not to worry. Like, so it's going to be landing gear up. I'm going to have a post vertical brass rod drilled through to keep it's in flight. I need to start moving the camera. I'm going to make you all seasick. So I also done the pilot. Now the pilot, I might wash him, I might not. It depends. I think in this scale it might be a bad idea to give him a wash. You're not going to see him, so I'm just going to reset. Hang on. Actually, so I'm going to pause and bring him in closer and refocus. Okay. So back in a second. Okay, and we're back. So I've painted up the pilot. Nothing too fancy. As you can see, I chopped off the poor guy's legs just to make sure he fit. He did sit quite well, but I was just, as a rule of thumb, chop off the legs of any pilot figures I put in below the knees, just to make sure they sit well. Painted them very basically, just give him a life jacket. Didn't even bother paint the parachute or the webbing. Painted like the black earpieces for his flight cap, his oxygen mask, and his glasses, and that's really it. Like, so it's nothing too fancy. So he's going to sit in that. Once the wash dries, I'm going to push him in, glue up the halves, and then we're going to get working masking the canopy and getting the stabes on, the rudder on, and the props. I'm actually thinking about trying to do some propellers out of acetane, so we'll talk about that when I get to that part of the build. I don't know if I'm going to just get a circle cutter and cut out a circle to represent the diameter of the returning props, or make kind of cone shaped blurs for each prop blade. So we'll see what we'll do there, but I will do something kind of like that anyway. So that's where I'm at. There'll be another proper build up day on this coming soon. Maybe next week the styrene rod will arrive, so we can get the King Tiger underway. And then we'll be working on the diorama base. The diorama base, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do for that. I might try to make a hedgerow, I may not. We'll have to play that one by ear, because I'm a little bit unsure what to do for that one, okay? So I won't make any promises there. I think I will try to make it as interesting as possible though, because it's just a scale. The scale, 72 scale dioramas can be a bit tricky trying to find things that look correct in the scale, you know. And so we'll work our best. I'll work my best way around that. Okay. So I'm gonna let you all go. Thank you so much for looking and for giving me your time for a few minutes. Look after each other as always, and watch out for those buzzes. Bye bye. Hi y'all, Shane here. Just doing some work on the Typhoon. As you see, I've got the interior painted, washed. No point washing, you're not going to even see it, but just thought I would. Added the pilot, cut off his legs, just make sure he sat into the seat. Did the same on this side. Also painted the interior of the cowling or the air intake, take a metallic colour. Same with the radiator, or where the hell that is, the intake. I got some nice things in the post today. I got Ultimate's airbrush cleaner and their thinner. Really good stuff, really like it. I used a little bit there to spray the base for my 25 pounder. Very nice. Also got this nice little card that's now my little ISN card, so that's a very good form to have a look see if you're interested. So I'm gonna, oh god, sorry, I'm not stuttery today for some reason, I don't know why. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to join the fuselage halves, and then start just building up the aircraft, and we'll get that ball rolling now, shall we? So I was talking to Mr. Cohn and Panzermeister 36. I mentioned before in a few of my videos in the past. Real good model maker, Panzermeister, and we're talking about models for a Kursk themed GB coming up. I don't know, coming up in July I think. So it's a good bit off yet. And well, I bought a Brumbar, but I bought the wrong one I think. And like, you know, normally I'm the type of guy who will, like, if it's close enough I'll make a do with it, and Cohen himself was saying, oh yeah, you can use it if you want, just watch out for the river counters, and might kind of start correcting it. And like, you know, no, he was sound enough to go and turn around and go, well yeah, you can use it if you want to. But I said, with the amount of information I have at hand from such infallible sources such as Cohen himself, I thought I'd go and do it right. So I still put my order through for the Brumbar, but I'm gonna either use that for an Eastern Front diorama or for an Anzio in Italy diorama, because I know they were used there. So I'm going to order something new. I'm going to keep it. Well, I was talking to Panzermeister about it and Cohen, so they seemed to think it was a good idea. I was going to build a Stug, but the Stug will require me to buy a lot of not a lot of parts, but a resin or I know everybody's been bitching about photo etch of late since Aaron voiced his opinion on it, which yeah, he's partly right. I kind of see myself being on the opposite. I think it does enhance models, but I think I agree ultimately why he's saying that you buy it because you want it and not because you're told to. But it's a month I think it goes on for, and I'm a slow builder, so I wouldn't be able to make that swing in a month. So I'm going to build another model on a topic that's often overlooked from the Battle of Kursk. We all think of the Panthers and Ferdinands and Tiger tanks, but we often forget about I was going to do one or the other. I was either going to do infantry, because the infantry played a very big role in the Battle of Kursk, especially the combat engineers, the pioneers. But I'm going to do another element of it, and the lads were very kind to give me their support and also a bit of reference material, as in give me the names of units that used them and who they belong to and what. So that's very kind of them. So thank you for that, lads. So again, very nice fit. I might just have to do a little bit of sanding on the nose of the aircraft and a bit of filling on the cowling. The air intake. Good airplane, I really like it. It's a nice looking plane, you know. I'm not much of an aircraft modeler, so I don't really know. I can't wait to get my to start my BF-110. You know, I'm a little bit unsure about the buddy build with Cohen. I don't really think I'm capable of building that B-17 yet. I just haven't really found the inspiration to do it yet. And like, no, it's his D-Day group build anyway, so he's going to be building it with or without me, like. So we'll see. As I work up the courage. So that's where I'm at with this. Just gonna let that dry. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of sanding along the cowling and the air intake, and that's about it. And I also have to make sure that the bottom lines up, because it's going to be in flight, so you're actually going to see the bottom. I also intend to do 2 dioramas in between my final. Actually, I'll be entering 3 GBs after this. One on YouTube, which is Cohen's one, and then the other two are on ISM, which is one of them's the Shelf of Doom, which is at the very end of the year, like during summer. That's like, you know, a Shelf Queen build. I've wait till you see what I'm building for that. It's sat in my stash for the last about 6-7 years, and it's getting done this summer. I don't care. I might have to do a lot of repair work on it, but it's getting built, and it's a damn cool model. I just hope the decals haven't been ruined. So I've that in that, and I have ISM's D-Big group build, which I have my Point the Hawk diorama to do. I need to pick up another set of troops and a few resin heads, and then I'm good for that, and the rest I'm going to convert. And the Curse group build. So those are three, because I don't want to enter too many, because I kind of want to build stuff on my own time scale as well, and I kind of can't keep all these builds up, you know what I mean? And I understand why people, like GBs are so addictive, like, because they're so much fun. So well, I'm going to be building outside the GB. I might actually make it a GB myself if anyone's interested, or a buddy build. I'm going to be doing a Fallschirmjäger buddy build, or no, sorry, no, a Fallschirmjäger little mini diorama. But if anyone's interested, since the buddy painting session fell through for obvious buddy reasons, as I have no one to do it with anymore, so I'll do it this way then. So I'm going to be, the post will arrive in about another 3 weeks, because they're coming from Hong Kong. They don't take a while to get out. So if anyone's interested, maybe doing an airborne or paratrooper group build, maybe in April or May, like we'll put on for say 3 weeks, and it could be anything airborne related, so the vehicles, the men, the equipment, whatever. So anyone's interested in that, let me know. Like I'm going to be building that little mini diorama either way, but if anyone wants to join me with their stuff, or some airborne stuff they have in their stash, it might be just a nice way to encourage each other along. And what's the other diorama? I have a box of dragon troops, which are assault pioneers, and I'm going to make them into a step-by-step diorama. I think someone asked me would I do a tutorial how I make my diorama bases, and I think that's going to be ideal. I'm going to start from start, go through the entire how I paint my figures, how I compose my dioramas, what type of upgrades and what type of add-ons that I make myself, and I rate from my spare bins. So anyone who's interested in figure making and diorama making will be interested in that. I'm not the greatest diorama maker out there, but I really enjoy, and I'm really passionate about making dioramas, so it might be beneficial to someone at least. So we don't forget, I'm still working on the Tiger. So the Tiger is coming along. So it looks nice, the simmers, homemade job. Quite a bit of homemade shit on this actually, and the pieces to do the tool mounts are in the post now. But watch the size of the Typhoon compared to the Tiger. Now I do know that this is a 76 scale, but it's only going to be a few millimeters smaller, or a few points of a mil smaller. So like, it's still. That's why I always find it amazing when I see 35 scale models with 32 scale aircraft and dioramas. It just gives you an idea how big these airplanes were, even compared to things like Tigers and stuff like that. So the idea was I have him come down a road, and I'm just going to pivot up or tilt up a little bit here so we can have a bit more of a headroom. And he's going to be coming in at an angle either like so, or like so, like he's breaking away. I won't have him come into attack, because I'll have him probably that he's overshot him, or he's out of rockets, or he's fired off a few rockets and he's coming around to take him out. So I'm going to try to, I'll have his turret like this, so and that's an important thing in dioramas, that line of sight is established. So I'll make sure the line of sight is established between the crewman or the commander. So it's going to be like that. Can you see that? Yeah, so he's going to come in at an angle with him looking up at him. The reason why I'm not going to have him with rockets firing is that at this type of range, a rocket hit would punch the aircraft out of the sky from the concussion of the blast. So a pilot, he'd engage with his cannons, yes, but be honest with you, at this range, like, you know what I mean, like, he's literally just flying over his head. He wouldn't be able to even push the trigger quick enough to hit him. He'd be right. He'd probably rake the vehicles in front of him if there were any. So that's where we are with the D-Day group build. It is getting there. It's very close now to getting to the base. I need to find a piece of wood or a piece of foam big enough to support the base. I don't want it too big, you know. It has to be big enough that I can support the weight of the rods to keep this airborne. I'm going to have to drill a hole into it too, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I think the next entry in this group build will be me figuring out how to. I have a piece of rod here somewhere. That it's from one of the sparklers, some of the magnesium sparklers you can buy. I have a few of them, and the rods they come at are perfect diameter, and they're strong stainless steel jobs. So that's where I'm at. So that's really it. Sorry, I kind of have a bit of a head cold. No real surprises there, is there? I know. So my mind's a bit muddled. So yeah, I'm going to sign off now. Sorry, I lose my train of thought, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Don't be sure to let me know what you think about possible buddy builds in the future, or anything like that. Any other ideas you have. Talk to you all soon. Stay safe. Watch out for those buses, and bye bye.